What is going on, garden fans? Welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. It is early spring and I'm going to take a big walk around this whole food forest and try to share with you in 10 minutes or less as much information as I can about what's growing on back here. From the very beginning, we've always tried to incorporate perennials and annuals mixed together in polycultures to create a abundant supply of food for ourselves. And we have edibles and non-edibles all over the place mixed up. Here's some foxglove mixed with something like oregano and mint, and there's tansy all over the place as a companion plant. But amongst the companion plants, we've got veggies like our annual squash coming in, zucchini squash, and parsley once again growing up with companion plants like tansy. And that's the theme out here. Here we have a whole pile of brassicas with an understory of things like marigold, mint, and some fava beans. So a lot of annuals here right close to our back door. Make it easy for us to come out here, grab some kale, and make a salad. The perennial aspect is the goji berry with rose campion and sage hedge. And that's just one, small square. Every square inch of this food forest kind of looks like that. Here I have a centralized pineapple guava, and there's a big giant muscadine hedge behind it, and amongst all that, once again, brassicas. We've got flowers, biennial flowers coming in, chamomile, sage as a border plant. There's some wild salvias growing out here with carrot. Food is all over the place. It's early spring and I've been planting some veggies as well. Apricot tree, we put this in last year. It's already 6 feet tall. It is loving life on the back side of that swale. And garden fans, you're going to see weeds back here. I do let things like goldenrod grow in some areas. In other areas, I prune it out. If you've been watching, I got a huge hedge of elderberry here flowering. It's going to be very productive for us this year. And every square inch under it is also producing. We've got blackberries, wild dewberries. These are super sweet. As long as we get some rain, they stay sweet. And I've been mixing those up with our raspberry. And this hedge is now about 15 feet by 6 feet wide. And I put this in a few years ago as just like 2 or 3 heritage raspberries. And it's done a really great job spreading. So the wife and I come out here, harvest about 2 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. We grab a few cups of berries, some veggies, some greens, and I mean, we're really providing for ourselves. Not 100% of our food supply, but we do save quite a bit of money having a food forest like this back here. So from the micro to the macro, I have a food forest that's companion planted, just like I got veggies companion planted. Pawpaw tree with comfrey, got a little curly leaf kale there. Oh, these strawberries are awesome. Oh, raspberries are awesome. Like I said in an earlier video, I've rabbit tractored through here and planted veggies behind it. So I've got corn, bean, and squash. And then I brought the rabbit tractor through. She cleaned up another area and I did it again, planted corn, bean, squash. And then there's another square down there and another and another. So I'm just going to keep tractoring my way through here every week and successionally planting vegetables in a way that I'll have at least this slow harvest coming on come harvest time. And garden fans, I'm growing vegetables back here as a novelty. I am obviously not going to grow enough corn to support my wife and I for a full year. I'm growing like this just to show you that it is possible. You can have a perennial food forest with annual vegetables growing underneath, and they aren't hurt or hindered at all growing with these things. More comfrey, growing with a pawpaw tree that looks beautiful. I'm going to end up pruning down my peaches so that the pawpaws have much more access to the light the bigger they get. Once again, I do let goldenrod grow in some areas, but I've pruned it back in others so that things like the new blackberry canes can come in. And we got autumn olive out here too as a ground cover, an herb layer. I've had some winter losses. One of my pomegranates back here has died, but I have another one here doing really well. It has this hugel mound with lamb's quarters and autumn olive as a shrub layer, and then it's got this ground cover, of course, of mint and lemon balm. So on just this small hugel mound here, I have a pomegranate, I've got autumn olive, I've got herbs and medicines like lemon balm and mint, and then I've got daily spinach greens in the form of lamb's quarters. And believe you, me and my wife come out here and add bushes of these to our collards and other salads that we make. Tons of mint out here. I lost a pomegranate right here, but its companion, autumn olive, is still alive. It's hard to really scope it all out unless you've got a good eye, but believe me, garden fans, everything back here is food or edible. There is catnip growing out here, tons of catnip, more lamb's quarters, another pawpaw, and then there's this hedge here of sumac. And I've got a couple garden fans who are new fans of sumac. Sumac is edible. I did make a bunch of sumac aid this winter. Never got you all a video about it, but it's super easy. You just take the big red drupe and stick it in water for a couple days. These shrub layer are kind of providing some protection and shade for my jujube right here, lead jujube, which for the first time is flowering up. Looks really nice. Another one of my losses was the partner tree I had for that, a lang jujube, which never came back to life. So I'm gonna have to replace a jujube and maybe a pomegranate, but that's part of the losses. This whole upper swale is covered with so much food. Mint, there's more parsley. A lot of it I'm letting go to seed. Once it's drop seed, I'll chop it back, and the rhizome in the ground should provide more parsley for me. Lemon verbena seems to have gotten established in the bucket I put it in. It has a couple companions of carrot and cilantro and parsley in here. So there's veggies and stuff and herbs growing underneath that lemon verbena. I've got a little acid guild here which has blueberry, autumn olive, more autumn olive, blueberry, and blueberry. And that just lines a little wood pathway here. Garden fans, this project has been huge for me personally. I've learned a lot just walking around back here and interacting with nature and letting nature interact back with me, and me actually taking the feedback and listening to what Mother Nature has to offer. Plums are coming in and looking amazing. There's food abundance here on this property. It's 2,000 square feet. And it's finally starting to show me the way, you know, Mother Nature has. And what it's shown me is to get out the way and let Mother Nature do what Mother Nature does best. So there's a lot of food coming out here this year, garden fans. There are blackberries everywhere. Berries will never be a problem here on the food forest. But now my trees are starting to produce, and I'm gonna get mulberries, I'm gonna get plums. I'm getting things now after waiting for a few years. And that's what this whole food forest project is all about. It's delay gratification. You know, you need to plant now in the hopes that you'll get something a couple years down the line. Because I've got mulberries now. Check it out. I've got plums coming in. And this mulberry tree is producing fairly heavily. Every node I'll be able to harvest just like the berries, just like my blackberries. I'll be able to come out here every couple days and just grab a couple mulberries. Delay gratification, but you won't be gratified if you don't plant something right now. There's so much growing on back here, garden fans, and so much more to come. And I want to thank you all for watching. Continue to stick around because this place is going to be pretty nice looking, just like the project farm is going to be nice looking in another year or two. Triple Crown blackberries, so many varieties. I want to thank everybody for your comments and your support. As always, you all keep me going here. Like I said, there's a lot of new life coming in. pineapple, guava are starting to flower. So I think this year I'm finally going to start seeing the benefits of planting a lot of different fruits the past couple of years. Delay gratification. I'm finally going to see some good this year, garden fans. I hope you can all keep in touch and enjoy the journey. As always, if you got any questions, just ask. Please like, share, and subscribe. God bless.